Welcome to Weapon of Wednesday, this time with the MTAR-X. This is a pretty cool SMG because I think the MTAR used to be an assault rifle, but they classed it in this one to be an SMG, which you can see a little bit in some of the stats, that it has some assault rifle taste about it. I mean, it has more range than your average SMG, and the fire rate is also a bit lower. And there comes one of my attachments into play, because I like to use rapid fire on this bitch, because it makes this weapon so much more deadly. Oh god, you missed. So, okay, fat man, if you keep stealing my tags, I'm gonna be upset. The MTAR-X is a pretty good weapon. You can, of course, use the hip fire idea here, because it's pretty good. And if you're not a big fan of using this weapon, then why should you play it? Well, or you play it, use it. I'd say think about this. If you like SMGs, but some of these maps are a little bit bigger, you know, you have more open terrain, like this one. Like in this one, if someone is there at the car, this is long range for an SMG. But this weapon is a little bit better with range issues. Okay. But of course, up close, it's also pretty good. Okay, I didn't see him there. I just assumed that I was shooting in the right direction, but apparently I wasn't exactly hitting him. As you can see, the iron sights are pretty good. See, I can clearly see through it. It's not perfect, I'm not gonna say that, but you can see what's going on. See, and as you can see, it has a little bit of kick. I'm not a big fan of that kick, but it's I can live with it. I'm also using a grip on it because, well, that kick is usually fucking me up in those long range battles, and you don't want to get fucked up in a long range battle. You want to be ready ASAP, or you're in for a surprise. You saw me, but I still killed you. You don't really have to pick the fight. Well, maybe if someone is very far away, you might want to let them go. I mean, you could try to challenge them from that distance and engage in combat, but see, like I did with that guy, it's pretty far. I wouldn't suggest it. Oh god, he's shooting straight through the stairs. Now I'm gonna let you come up to me. No, you're not coming? You're not coming for me? That just turned dirty. Unless you don't have a filthy mind like me. I mean, then everything's perfectly fine. So anyway, how should you use this weapon? Well, I think it's a good run and gun weapon, like I'm showing here. Oh, you just killed my friend. I'll have to kill you. So, maybe you don't know, but I don't always notice that I have my kill streaks ready. Oh, he was running so hard for that tag, and he almost made it. So I'm just gonna call in some stuff here. Yeah, let's just use that one. Okie dokie. Oh, look at that. It's an IMS. So anyway, back to the MTAR-X. Is it a cool weapon? I think it's one of my favorites. Oh, I was just completely shooting next to him for a moment. Because of the rapid fire on it, it has a little bit more kick, but it also kills a little bit quicker. Oh dear, no time to get stuck there. I actually like how the rapid fire makes this weapon so much more deadly. Problem of that is, it gives it also a little bit more kick, as I just said, but I don't think it's that much that you're like, oh yeah, it ruins the weapon. No, actually not. It changes the way you're handling or going to handle it a bit. But I don't think it's gonna be so different that you're like, yeah, I can't use this weapon anymore. I don't think it's that bad. I mean, I can still clearly, I can get killed with it. Oh, that's not nice, trying to shoot me in the back. So, this SMG, should you use it? I think if you haven't used this one, or haven't really given it a good chance, I would really recommend do so. I mean, really do so. Because it's good. It kills quick, it's not that difficult to handle, and with some practice you can be a real badass with this weapon. Even on maps like this with more open ground, you're like, well, I can't really use SMGs here. Well, you can. And now you're gonna all suffer with my chem strike. So, it's a pretty cool weapon. It's really something you might want to think like, should I use this one? Just give it a shot, you know? It's pretty good. It shoots quickly, it kills quickly, and, well, it also looks pretty cool. Not that that should ever be a reason for you to do anything. That alright? Oh. So there you have it, the MTAR-X. So I'm gonna talk a little bit more about my loadout. Well, you can see it now in the bottom there, but it's I'm gonna go into a little bit more details here, which you probably know if you see more of my Weapon of Wednesday videos. Okay, so immediately jump into the thing. Oh, I was already standing on it. So, oh, I lied. I did not use a grip on it. I really thought I had a grip on it, but apparently I changed that into a muzzle brake. My sincerest apologies. I seem to be an idiot. Well, no surprise there, but anyway, muzzle brake too. Yeah, I guess it does make sense that you put a muzzle brake on it. I was thinking about it for a moment. Because the kick, as I said, it's not that big. You can get used to the kick that you get from this, from rapid fire. But if you're not that good with it, you can always put a grip on the other one. But I like to use muzzle brake next to it because it enhances the range a little bit. As you could see, that's how I picked off that one guy in the back of that alley there. Because without muzzle brake, it would be a little bit more tougher. This makes those long-range fights a little bit easier, and even though the rapid fire will give a little bit more kick, it will usually make long-range fights a little bit shorter and gives you a better chance to win it, which is also why this weapon is you can use it better in these more open and long-range battles. See, no secondary, no lethal, no tactical. I don't really use that on a lot of loadouts. Of course, ready up to have my weapon ASAP ready. Sleight of hand. I like to fast reload because I reload a lot like an idiot. Marathon, well, as you can see, if you're a run and gunner, marathon is usually a good friend. Unless you are more the stealthy type and you like to go slowly. But since I don't have a silencer on this weapon, I go loud, which attracts a lot of attention to me, so I prefer to be able to move quite fast, so I don't stick around too long in one area. Now, scavenger, so I keep replenishing my ammo, which is always a good thing. Sit rep, especially when you're moving around a lot like me, sit rep is very good so you can spot mines and also enemy equipment, so then you know where enemies are. And of course focus, which keeps me shooting on it, especially in those longer range fights. See, if you have an SMG that you use a lot for close range, then focus is not necessary, I think. But for more longer range fights, especially if you have an SMG, focus comes in very handy, so you keep the damage on the target. Now, and of course, for my kill streak, I use the assault package here, or strike package. Here is what is it? A SATCOM, guard dog, and of course the battle line. This is just stuff for me to help me get more kills. It's nothing special, it's just some standard shit. But anyway, there you have it, the MTAR-X, a good killer weapon, and if you haven't tried it, feel free to give it a shot. I don't think you're gonna regret it. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in another video.